What's going on, everybody? I'm here with another redstone video. I'm going to be showing y'all 5 combination locks, or lock types you can use. I'm just kidding, 4. There's only 4. So the first one I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to take some keys. This is the key chest. So this is, just ignore everything underneath here. This is the top. It's really simple. It's like I just had an anvil and a chest here with extra keys. Now these are redstone torches. So if you want to make this for yourself, I'll show you how in a minute. But the way it works is that you have an item with a particular name, and you would put it in the hopper or throw it in, and it takes it if it's the right item. And I don't know if no, you couldn't have seen. Watch. That turns on briefly for a moment, and then it puts it in the chest. So the way this works is when you place it in that hopper, if it's the right item, it drops down into here and stacks on top of this. You'll need other placeholder items here. I just used random name signs. I just type random things on my keyboard. There's 6 here because the way this works is it powers this repeater, and it needs to power it twice to be able to power this repeater, which turns off that torch, which lets, whoops, that was an accident. Where did the signs go? Now oh well, the signs went away. The signs have to be like this because why isn't this working? Oh yeah, the hopper has to be placed against the repeater for it to work. And there has to be, if there's 7, it powers this twice, which powers that, which turns off the redstone torch, which opens this and lets this redstone torch through and lets this one of these down into this one. So it can power these comparators, the repeaters, and this redstone for 2 hoppers worth of time, and puts it in this chest. So you could have that power like or unpower if you would invert it, and then have it unpower a stairway or something that would open up. And that would be really neat and useful for any of your stuff. And then the next one we have over here, it's really cool and simple. You have a jukebox. This would be a wall. Here. Oh, and I'm sorry if you didn't see how to build this one. It's just a repeater facing that way with that shape. This hopper has to be facing, it can be facing any way. It just has to be going out, and this one has to be facing into the repeater, and the one on top can be going any direction. It has to be going into it. And then it just has to be 2 redstone. I don't know if it has to be signs. I think it has to be signs. They work the best. I would rename the signs so that you don't get like someone else just sticking a sign in and be like, hey, then it would dump out all your redstone torches, and then you would have no more redstone torches or whatever you have the key to be. You could use name tags for the key. You could use any items. I think signs have to be used here, and it's 4 slots. And then for this, you could have more repeaters, or just one if you wanted it to be open for like 1 second. Or you could have a pulse extender right here, so when it turns on, it just extends the pulse. I just use that. Okay, so back to this one. That would be like a wall, and you wouldn't see that. So when you so I'm just gonna show this redstone line is on. That would be like if there'd be a door, it'd be power the pistons and holding it closed. If you put this disc in, it turns off. This is the only disc it'll work with. I'll just get 3 more discs. It's still on. It's still on. Still on. So as you can see, it only works with this disc and only this disc, which makes it incredibly easy. But you can build this any way you want. So each disc has a power of redstone it outputs through a comparator out the back. I'm going to open up my little menu. Sorry, wrong control. Okay, there. So as you can see, this redstone on the right hand side, kind of in the middle, it says power 5. That's how powerful that redstone is. The one over here needs to be 4 this is a comparator set to subtract, so it's subtracting 4 to 5. You get 1, and that's what you need to turn off this torch and have this all off. If it's extra, if that would be 6, this would be 2 here, and then it'd be powering this, which turns the circuit on. This furnace here just has items, and you can put, I don't know the exact numbers to make this a certain power level, but you just experiment with stuff. Right now it's 4, you just add more items. I mean, now it's 5, and it works for a different disc. I'm just breaking a lot of stuff today on accident. I'm sorry. I think this is 4. Yeah, so that's how that one works. It's really simple. I'm gonna take that out so it stops being annoying. You could tile this along, but this machine, it's just, this comparator isn't needed. You could have this whole wall moved 2 blocks forward, and then it's just, this comparator is in subtract mode. You just right click it to turn it off and on. This one's not in subtract mode. There's these 2 blocks. You can have, it doesn't matter if it's hollow or not under here. It works either way. Same for under there. And then you can take the output from a repeater or this line, but the power, I think, variance between where you, because this is 14 and that's 15, that's why it's just better to take it from right here with a repeater, and this can be tiled exactly like touching each other, so you can have a lot of them. But this is kind of expensive because it takes music discs and a jukebox, which takes a diamond, so that's not the best. And next up we have this lever lock. It's really interesting, but if the light is on, it's right. So all these levers have to be flipped in this exact pattern. Watch. If I flip that one, the light turns off. I'm not kidding. Every lever here matters. And so what happens is that's inverted. So everything is off. If you flip this one where the redstone torch is, it turns it all on because it stops inverting it. And if you flip, say, one that's not next to a redstone torch, it powers it. So it's really neat. And you could make this longer. You just have to do a repeater and skip a lever and then keep going. But if you want to do it solid levers, you have to do, I think the max is 14 blocks. I believe that's what this one is. 14 levers. That's, I don't know. You could count it up. It's a lot of different combinations. And if you just flip that one, it will turn it off. This one is very hard to remember. Some of the others are easier because, I mean, that's a lot to remember. So, like, I mean, like this one, you could just carry around a key or that on a disc, and you could get into a base or something. But this one, you got to remember a lot. Maybe you have it written down on a piece of paper. That would be neat. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is our final one. I have 3 little modules here just to show you. These things are, if you can recognize it from over there. We used it. You can tile it like this. I have it spaced out just so you can see, but you could scoot them 1 over each of them. Well, this one 2 over and this one 1 over, and that would do perfectly. And in just a second, I'll show you how this works. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if you heard some noise from that last clip. Stuff was going on with my brothers and sister. So I've got this. Sorry, these are redstone torches, and they output the same thing as like the jukebox, depending on their turn location, a power level. And as you turn it, it was 2, 3, 4. It goes up to, I think, 8, and then it should reset at 1. This right now, because it's not powered at all, so it's still powered. So you got it. The combination correctly is this, and it turns on the light. I'm just going to show you. If you turn any of them, it should turn it off. You can do this with a button, like that has like a button that when you press it, it checks to see if these are all right. That's a little bit more difficult, but better, because I mean, like, if the button's way over here, then they've got to change it. Makes it a lot harder to guess. Again, you don't have to have these extras. I was just for the sake of the video so you can see the power levels. This is 8 and that's 7. This one has to be 1 more, so it powers this one but not that one, the piece of redstone. And that's pretty much all. But this is how you tile it. If you're gonna do this piece of redstone more than 15, you'd have to add another repeater. Like if there were more modules off that way, you would add like a repeater here and then like to go off further. Just saying. So if you want to build a lot, I have built these. I'll show you in another thing. I'll show you in just a minute. But first I want to show you this door. It uses the same concept with the levers from over there. I have my render chunks turned down so you don't see other stuff I built on this world. I'll turn them up in just a second. This door is open. If you flip any of the levers, it'll close it up. Let me show you. It's a really neat door. I made a video showing how to build it. I just made this little thing on the end for chests. And this is the one I built in the video. You can see. I will now turn my render chunks up so you can render distance chunks. This is all the stuff I built on this world. Sorry, it's a little bit laggy. This is the same password setup I built. This is the correct password. If it's right, it'll open or close the door when you press this button. I did design this 3x3 door. It's very big though, so I'm getting some serious frame rate lag. Sorry. And this is a little house that my brothers and me built. It has a little pop-up thing. It's like a little kitchen in this base. I'm not sure if this is crafting table, hidden crafting table. I built this hidden crafting table. It works really nice. But this is a broken automatic chicken farm. Doesn't work right now. Oh, and then this button also will close the door. It's really neat. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think that's all for today. Goodbye.